Life is worth living, as long as we can enjoy it. So what I'm going to talk about is what interferes with it. Because as long as we enjoy life, we don't have to talk about it. I'll tell you a story. About 15 years ago, in an altered state of consciousness, I was walking in the forest of British Columbia and came upon a little clearing. And the sun was shining in between the trees. And suddenly, in the middle of the clearing, what do I see except the solar system? The sun, all the planets moving, no armature. It was hanging there in midair. So I go right up to it and just marvel. And then I hear God speaking to me. And God says, I'm so glad you came. I have to leave for a minute. Could you please just pay attention to the solar system? And I'll be back. You don't have to do anything else. Just don't take your eyes off the solar system. I felt honored. I thought, it's the least I can do. So I'm concentrating on the solar system. From my peripheral vision, I see someone approaching, but I don't look. I have my task cut out for me. I can tell from the choreography that who is approaching is a woman. And she is taking her clothes off. I can see a trail of clothing as she's approaching. But I'm concentrating. That's only peripheral vision. I can sense that she's standing right here beside me, naked. And then she comes, touches me, and wants to embrace me. I turn to embrace her, and I look, and she's gone. There's nothing there. When I turn back, Earth has collided with Venus, Mars with Jupiter, everything is smoking, fire. It's over for the solar system. God comes back and says, what have you done? Now, at that moment, I felt a warm, red, liquidy, horrible thing coming, spreading from my toes, coming up over my face, turning red. I was deeply ashamed. When one is ashamed, I wanted the earth to open up underneath me and swallow me. I wanted to die. I did not want to exist anymore. That was the end. And then I came out of the altered state of consciousness as if nothing happened, and I started to think about what was this? I mean, at first, I thought it was all my fault. But after all, it was God who set the whole thing up. God set me up. He's omniscient, he's omnipotent. What's he doing to me? He must have known that at my state of development, I would not be able to resist the temptation. So I got very pissed off with God. Then, of course, I thought, this is not about God, I'm not religious. It's about my father and my mother. So I suddenly remembered, when I was about 5 years old, winter, Christmas time, here in Budapest, my mother and father are having trouble and they are splitting up. My mother is in one room. There's a way through the bathroom, through the anteroom, to the front door. My mother says to me, your father is leaving. Go and stop him. To this day, I remember exactly the little gas flame in the little stove as I was passing. And I have my task. I see my father. He's putting on his overcoat, his scarf, and his hand is on the doorknob. And I say, don't leave. And he towers over me, doesn't say anything, turns around, goes out, slams the door. Now, as I was trying to find my way back to my mother, to give her the news that I failed, Again, I had that same feeling as I had with God. I was ashamed of myself. Originally, I think blushing was supposed to tell the adult to stop, to back off. Automatically, because the child is in no position to say to the adult, "You're asking me something impossible." Children think adults are omniscient and omnipotent. So if an adult thinks, "I can hold my pee and not piss in my pants," then I should be able to do it. So when I fail to do it, because I don't even know where the muscles are, I think there is something wrong with me. So as I blush, the adult is supposed to read, "I'm not ready, back off, don't push me." Like a red light, a traffic light. Nobody reads it anymore. Now, kids are shamed and humiliated for blushing. Now, I think that shame to the soul is every bit as painful, if not more so, than a red-hot branding iron to the skin or to the body. And how our learning is arranged is once you put your hand in the flame, you never want to put it in there again. One trial learning. So when a child is shamed and humiliated, the child will avoid any situation where that can happen. So I say the only learning disability that children have is once they have been ashamed, they want to avoid the learning situation. With shame, there is no reparation. When somebody shames you and humiliates you, you want to die or you want to murder. Take revenge. There's no repair. Now, my mother was excellent at shaming me. So when my son was born, I was trying to be careful not to pass on this virus that has come from many generations. That wasn't easy. He spills a glass of water. I feel myself wanting to say, "You clumsy oaf, there you go again. What's the matter with you?" Now that's shaming, because that brings the person, his person, into question. There is something wrong with him. So easy not to do that. So I said to my mother, as I almost channeled her, I said, "Go away." And what I said to my son, "Look at the mess you made. Here is a rag, clean it up." Easy reparation, not one word about him. It's about what he did, and a very clear instruction as to how to repair it. Guilt is easy. Shame is deadly. In another altered state of consciousness, I had the very clear experience that love and shame are two distinct states of mind, states of consciousness, and they are incompatible. It's like there's a chasm between them. When you are in the realm of love, you don't know what shame is. And when you're in the realm of shame, you don't know what love is. So here is the realm of shame. Here I feel cold, I feel isolated, I feel I want to die, I want to hide, I don't want to be seen. It's tough. Over here, in the realm of love, it's warm, it's wonderful, there are no dangers, I'm accepted, I can say anything, I can be candid and spontaneous, no one is going to punish me. I'm accepted, I'm not shunned. Now, over here, if I glimpse at the possibility that I could be there, it takes the courage of lions to even dare to make a step towards there. Why? Because coming out of shame, I am terrified that if I dare to cross into there, I will be rejected. they'll throw me back into where I have come from. So I don't even attempt it. Of course, it's a big mistake, because if I actually get in here, it becomes absolutely clear that's the last thing people do in the realm of love. But when I'm over there, I have no recollection. I don't know that. One of my patients was a Nisga'a chief, First Nations, Canadian, West Coast, very old tribe. He was a carver, his father was a carver, his father's father was a carver. He said, my son, who is about 8 years old, and I are going to carve a totem pole at the Museum of Anthropology. Why don't you come out and see us? I said, sure. When I went out, first thing I see, the son straddling the totem pole. It was big. His hand was like this, and with the homemade adze, very sharp, he's chopping the wood towards his hand like that. So I go over to the chief, and I say to him, aren't you afraid he's going to cut himself? He says, yes, I am afraid, but I'm hoping that he's just going to have a scratch. Or, if he's going to have a cut, the hospital is not too far from here, they'll put in stitches. And you know what, he says? I've seen four-fingered carvers, but I have never seen a carver whose father told him how to carve. That man was exquisitely aware that if he shames or humiliates his son and not allow him to learn from his own experience, the son will avoid the whole field of carving. It certainly helped me raising my children. The masculine principle, which operates in men as well as in women, is a very busy principle. The masculine principle wants to be efficient. The masculine principle knows exactly how things should be. Efficient. The feminine principle, which again can occur in a man as well as in a woman, is loving, patient, allows things to unfold. Now, there are two fields of medicine which have been pushed back, in my mind, into the dark Middle Ages because the wrong principle eclipsed the other. And those two fields are obstetrics and psychiatry. Women can give birth if they can do anything. If women didn't know how to give birth, if giving birth was a medical condition, we wouldn't be here as a species. Male psychiatrists have taken over the business to make sure that everything is just how it should be. It's the obstetrician who is birthing the baby, not the mother. Men take over what is woman's business. Right here in Hungary and in many other communities, midwives are struggling against the masculine principle. Midwives are persecuted like witches were in the Middle Ages. It's unbelievable. Psychiatry, mental distress, somebody who is disturbed, somebody who is staggered by circumstances, gets into the hand of a psychiatrist by accident. It's not their business. When someone loses their way, there is a way to hold them, to give them time, to protect them, to see whether they can find their own way. Why presume that someone knows better what is good for them than they know themselves? When the feminine principle should be working, like in psychiatry and obstetrics, the masculine principle shames and humiliates everyone who is trying to move in the right direction. Love is not efficient. Well, thank God love is not efficient. I would like to read you a couple of lines from George Chapman, who wrote it in 1599. He was a contemporary of Shakespeare. I tell thee, love is nature's second sun, causing a spring of virtues where he shines. And as without the sun, the world's great eye, all colors, beauties both of art and nature, are given in vain to man, so without love, all beauties bred in women are in vain. All virtues born in men lie buried, for love informs them as the sun doth colors, and as the sun reflecting his warm beams against the earth begets all fruits and flowers, so love, ere shining in the inward man, brings forth in him the honorable fruits of valor, wit, virtue, and haughty thoughts, brave resolution, and divine discourse. Thank you.